Hi everyone, it's Kristen here with Pure Nata Cosmetics. Today I'm going to be doing my everyday look for you. So this isn't like a quick 5-minute look, it's just my everyday. So it could take 5 minutes, although it usually doesn't. It's not that quick. There's always people asking what my everyday look is, how long does it take, and just suggestions for kind of just a nice overall everyday type of a makeup look. So that's what I'm going to be doing for you today, and you can take from it what you want. That's always what I advise people. You can do all of the steps if they work for you, but you definitely don't need to if you want it to be faster or just alter the colors that you're using, that type of thing. So I'll start with my tinted moisturizer. This is the shade Very Fair. Just a drop or two of that. And I like to apply that everywhere. Get a little bit in your hair, so you just kind of blend that out. And you want to blend along the jawline too, as usual. Next, I'm going to go in with my stick concealer, the cream concealer. That's also the shade Very Fair. Or you can go up a shade too, like a lighter shade if you want a bit more highlight. I just apply it right under my eyes because I don't really need it anywhere else. And then make sure you blend that in. You can also put some on your eyelids if you want a bit of a primer. Like I said, this is my everyday look, but I do feel like the colors that I'm using and the products that I'm using are like a pretty good generic everyday look for the general public. So feel free to just straight up do everything that I'm doing, but no pressure either if you want to change the colors out for something that you feel is more suited to yourself. Next, for a little bit more coverage, I'm going to go in with some pressed powder foundation. So I'm just doing my makeup from home here. So I've got one of our old palettes. But yeah, these are the shades that I'm going to use. And as you can see, they are nice, well-used products. So they definitely are my everyday products. So I'm going to go in with the pressed mineral powder in the shade Very Fair. I'm going to take my flat top foundation brush, just dab that right in to the pressed powder. I apply it to my chin, my cheeks, my nose, just to even out that tone there, and the center of my forehead. I don't necessarily apply it everywhere because I like a little bit of mattification in the T-zone and just to even out a bit of that, the redness in the cheeks, and just some unevenness. Next, I'm going to take my highlight color, and that is in the shade Afterglow. Take the blush brush, just dab it into the highlighter there. And I like to sweep that on my upper cheekbones. You can just see it glowing. And into the temple area, so just sort of in this C shape. And I like to do my highlighter before my blush, just so I can use the same brush. There we go, so a little bit of highlight. You can also sweep it down the center of your nose, your chin. You can do it on your collarbones too. Mine aren't really exposed right now, so it's pointless. And then I'm going to go in with Sweet Pea blush. So that's a pressed powder blush. It's very light, very a very popular color. I like something a little bit rosy. It just kind of brightens the skin. Same brush. Just a little bit on the apples of the cheeks, and I'm not going to do a lot. I do actually get pretty rosy throughout the day, especially if I'm working or doing anything that uses any effort. So I just get pretty rosy, so I like to keep it very minimal. I sometimes don't even wear blush actually because I do blush naturally quite easily. Next, I'm going to get into eye colors. So my eye look today is going to use all of these 4 colors. And then Onyx is just going to be used over top of my eyeliner. I'm not using it to make a smoky eye. This is an everyday look, so I'm not going to make it too intense, but I do like using it over top of my eyeliner. So first I start with my highlight color, and that is Darling. So I'll be taking my contour crease brush and just dabbing that right into Darling. Apply that just under the outer part of the eyebrow, underneath the eyebrow. Just highlights it a little bit, just kind of like the cheekbone there. Not too crazy. I don't really encourage people to bring the highlight color all the way down because it's just too much. It's too white, it's too bright, but just highlight on the outer edge of underneath the brow to lift up the brows a little bit. And then I'm going to take that also into the inner corners of the eyes, right in this tear duct here. The next color I'm going to use is the shade Macchiato, and I'm going to take my blending eye brush. So it's just like a really fluffy brush. You can see I use it a lot. It's not very clean. I need to wash my brushes. Dab that into the Macchiato, and then tap off the excess powder and dab that on, or sweep. This one gets swept onto my eyelid. You can sweep it, you can dab it, whatever. I'm going to sweep this one because I want it to be a little bit more of like a ethereal, just simple kind of look. So on the whole eyelid, into the crease, sweep that right across. And like I said, I'm going to be using this third color as well. If you want this look to be a little bit lighter and not use the deeper color in the outer crease, then just leave it with these two shades. You don't need to add that third color. Now I'm going to take the shade Figment, this lovely sort of burgundy plum shade. Some people might be a little bit intimidated by a color like this, but it's actually really flattering on like all colors of eye. For those of you who might be a little bit intimidated by a color that has a little bit of redness in it, don't be afraid. It looks good on every eye color. If you do have natural redness in your skin, or you feel like your eyes get a bit bloodshot pretty easily, then you might want to avoid something that has redness in it, but otherwise it literally works for everybody. So I'm going to take my contour crease brush again with the shade Figment. I'm going to start with the contour crease brush just because I have more control over where that's going. So just right to the outer crease and this outer edge of the eyelid. I'm going to go back in with the contour crease brush and take the shade Macchiato. That's the one that's on my eyelid. This one I'm going to smooth under the eyes. So I just sweep this one under the eyes and it gives it a little bit of dimension and some kind of smokiness. And now it's time for eyeliner. So I'm going to take our black eyeliner pencil and apply that to my upper lash line. And then I'm going to smooth that out with our Onyx eyeshadow. And then I'm going to go over top of that with the shade Onyx. It's our black pressed eyeshadow color, and with our angled eyeliner brush. And then I'm going to go in with black mascara and get a good few coats of that on my eyelashes. And the final touch is a little bit of lip color. So I'm gonna go in with Tin Feathers Lip Oil in the shade Radiant, just kind of a rosy gloss of color. So give those colors a try. I think they'll look great on you, and maybe snap us a picture. Let us see it. Thanks for watching.